Welcome back to the Manor Entropians. Julian McBain here, and we are back in Halloween Mayhem. Before we really get started, I'm going to quickly set myself up. Him out there. This is only for 30 minutes. That's for an hour. So let's do this one. And that one. And let's start pulling. So we have 4 hours 45 remaining. So we're just under 5 hours. We're an hour 11. We have 3148 points. Let's check the scoreboards. I actually just finished watching Lore Spade's live stream. He did pretty well. Let's make sure we can still see the mob we're hunting. Oh, we must still have... Oh, yeah, we have an auto loot pill still going. 9 minutes left. That's good. So currently, Lord is on top, or Lord D is on top of 21,223. In order to break into the top 10, you have to have 12,649 points. Lore Spade got 11,412. And with our 3149, that puts us in 46th. Well, it's not all bad, I guess. Okay. That was a pretty good loot, 1569. Not gonna complain, not by a long shot. Okay. 194. Honestly, I'll be really happy if we make it to, like... I don't know that we're going to make it to rank 26 in the Halloween Creature Challenge doing Mayhem Annihilation, the actual contest. I don't know that I'm going to be doing a second run. My time, like, I expected to have more time this weekend. My Saturday, I didn't have a Saturday. I literally didn't have a Saturday. I'm really glad that I thought ahead and recorded the video I released this morning a couple days ago, because if I hadn't, I never would have had a video for this morning. So, like, I got up and I took roughly 45 minutes for that, you know, wake up, have a coffee, manage to function like a human being, period. And then it was balls to the wall the whole rest of the way. Just busy. Ended up finished building a, I call it a pole barn, but it's really not a pole barn. So what it is we have a container, like a shipping container, a big one. And we use it like a shed. And so we actually built a lean-to off of the container to hold more equipment. Using recycled boards and scrap wood. With the exception of the actual beams that go into the ground. Those you don't want to scrimp on. Pressure treated. But finished that up. I've done bits and pieces of it, and as it happened, I needed to be the one to finish it up today because the I was the one available to do it. So I spent most of my day out in the snow. Ooh, global 168.58. Nice. That's almost $17 for those of you playing the whole home game. That's really nice, actually. Speaking of which, how is our mutant looter skill doing? Because that's really one of the important ones here. We're level 16 now. And we started off at like level 14, I think. We weren't very high up in mutant looter. So I will say this, that when it comes to this competition, the looter skill has really been one of the biggest bonuses. And then do we have... No, I've already claimed all the rewards. We're 54.1% into rank 15. And we're continuing the daily. Slow going though it is. I gotta say, for loot this time around, it hasn't been bad. It hasn't been as good as a couple of the ones I've done. I know that was really vague. I'm sorry. I won't say it's definitely not the best Mayhem I've ever had, but it hasn't been bad to me. It hasn't. $13.51 in a strong box. Add that to the growing collection of strong boxes again. I've opened over 50 of them this Mayhem. Yeah. Over 50 of them. I don't think my and again 52.28 or 98. 52.98. Nice. Ludius does smile upon me tonight. There's a lot of globals going off right now, which I know it's fairly typical for this. There we go. 52.98. That's the official posting. I gotta wonder. I know, he logged out. So, with any luck, I think that I might have one more video for Saturday, and then the video after that will probably be final hour. Not for Saturday, for Wednesday. 7, 11, almost 12 ped. Makes me wonder what it could have been because there's 2 shrap drops on one mob. That always bugs the hell out of me. It's like, what was it supposed to be? I gotta say, I'm really glad I'm able to, like... I'm glad I figured out the secret to doing Mayhems, which is you always want to do it in a cycle long enough to face the boss. Because I think I lost so much opportunity in previous Mayhems because of that. I mean, true, I'm still not at the point where I'm truly competitive. I mean, and part of that's the RNG, and I understand that. And the closer you get to the edge of the skill set you're allowed to have in a Mayhem, the more competitive you get, because the faster you're burning the mobs down. But at the same time, by sheer dint of fighting the boss, I'm putting myself so much closer to that edge. It's not just relying on the regular zombies, the trash zombies, to, you know, randomly give me the extra points. And I know they can do it, and I've heard tell that apparently in order to place, you have to be lucky enough to get a 5,000 pointer, at least one, usually more than one. And I get it. It kind of sucks, but I get it. I do. Lore Spade said this on his stream today. I'm going to agree with him on this 100%. They should eliminate the 0-point mobs. Have every mob be at least 1 point. Yes, it's going to change the dynamic of things a little bit, but at least it shows results for effort put forth. And then I think players could accept the RNG a little bit better. Because 0-point mobs are just disappointing. And it might be that when you get to a certain level in the categories, you no longer get 0-point mobs. And I know there's a sliding scale of some sort. Like, I've experienced far fewer 0-point mobs here in Category 3 than I ever did in Category than I did in Category 2. And I got all kinds of 0-point mobs in Category 2. Come on. There we go. So, overall, the Mayhem, I'm glad with the results I've gotten with the Mayhem so far. You know, understanding that I am not a competitive player, and I could have technically done this all in Mayhem practice, but I like the ability to just play alone, which I know is kind of weird for an MMO, but it's a thing. It's a challenge. I like to challenge myself, and this is one of those things where I can challenge myself because I know I'm fighting something that's around my level. I need to know how it goes. You know, just like when I went and challenged the War Chief. And it was more a goal to see how far I could get. And frankly, the person that I was with, and I mean, the video's out there. I'm sure that those of you who actually watch my channel have seen it. But it was a challenge. I wanted to see if I could make it. Speaking of which, if you're watching this and you're new to the channel, welcome to the Manor. Please make sure you take an opportunity and subscribe down below. We are on the road to 13 million subscribers, one subscription at a time, so make sure you subscribe. Only about 15 minutes late with that one. That's okay. Skill boost. We got sword skills. So what is it? 48% additional skill gain. We'll take it. When it comes to sword skills, we're getting there. Oh, I popped level 39. I wonder when that happened. When we started, it was level 38. I'm a professional. 36 for damage. I'm proficient with the laser rifle now. That's good to know. And with the knife, apparently. I didn't realize it was that high. I did spend a little bit of time using the knife doing the Berry Clud challenge. And I think once Mayhem's over, I may go back and do that for a while until Christmas Mayhem. I did think about going to Arcadia, but I think I'm going to wait until after Merry Mayhem to do that. Because there's such a short timeline between then and now. So, I mean, like, we spent over a month, I think, on Next Island, which was a good time. I didn't get as much done there as I had wanted to, but it was a good time overall, you know. I probably won't visit there as often as I visit, say, Cyrene, where Cyrene holds a special place in my heart. I try to get there a couple times a year. Actually, last year, I want to say, did I head to Cyrene after? No, I headed to Cyrene after Summer Mayhem, and or after Migration, I returned for Halloween Mayhem. I do enjoy Cyrene. Oh, I had hoped for a second that was Caloram. I'm like, yes! That was quick. Yeah, watching Lore Speed, he was getting Caloram to spawn like every half hour. Like, jeez. That'd be awesome. Especially since Caloram is guaranteed to give you 250 points. I don't know that I've gotten any points yet tonight. I'll have to go back and look after. Maybe I have gotten a few points, I just haven't been paying attention. Which is most likely the case. Doing good for loot, though. Global number 36072. Kick ass. Thank you, Mindark. Thank you, Ludius. I think this is the first time I've gotten a night like this on video in a long time. We're only 15 minutes. Well, we're like 18 minutes in. Okay. Fair enough. 18 minutes, but what the hell? Oh, there, we got points. You know what? If Mindark wants to keep giving me globals, I don't need the points. We'll take all the globals you want to hand me, Mindark. Okay, so we are down to 4.5 hours left in Halloween Mayhem, and this is the point where it starts to get grind. You know, you're in that last 5 hours. This is the point where it starts to get like grind. And I'm not bitching because I just got 3 globals, but it's like, okay, come on, we can do it. This is the endurance run, right? We can do this. We are capable. We can do the thing. So I do want to hear about you guys. You know, for those of you that play Entropia Universe, which I know that the majority of my subscribers do. I do know there are some who listen to my Entropia Universe videos and don't play, but for those of you who do and who are participating in Halloween Mayhem, how has your Mayhem gone so far? Please leave a comment down below. I would love to know. I would. Believe me, if I had the time, I would actually probably be doing another 15 hours, but I'm almost positive that if I start, I won't be able to finish. It's just one of those things. Like tomorrow, before fencing practice, I've got to make sure that my Fallout 76 content is ready. And then I need to work a little bit on the project that I'm working on for my Shire. And because we have a meeting tomorrow night at 9 p.m. over Discord. No, I don't go to people's houses at 9 o'clock for a meeting, okay? No, Discord. Discord. It is a beautiful invention. But I mean, I do wish that I had the ability. We'll see how Merry Mayhem goes. I am looking forward to Merry Mayhem. I love Merry Mayhem. I love Halloween. I love all the Mayhems. I don't know where I was going with that. Lost track of myself. You know, I'm kind of surprised Mindark doesn't do a Thanksgiving Mayhem and just have all the mobs be turkeys. No, Berrycled. Berrycled. Have all the mobs be Berrycleds. Because they're the chickens of Entropia universe, and I know chicken, turkey, they're birds, okay? Although, admittedly, it's an American Thanksgiving, and the game is out of Sweden, so I understand why they don't do it. I still think it would be hilarious. 3306. Nice. Down to 592. We have 431 in reserve. We're back over 100 ped worth of ammo. That is awesome. You know what? Screw it. We're gonna convert that sucker. I want to see how much ammo that is. I was right. Not very often I have more than 1,000 ped worth of ammo. Not at all. Come on. And that's all pretty much come from Mayhem, and I've used some of my shrapnel in order to do repairs. So like, it's either come from boxes or it's come from mob drop. That's it. Oh. Hey, I didn't say you could join the party yet. Damn zombies always want the brains. Boy, they're really ugly. Minark did a good job. Like, I'm not saying that the model isn't well made. I'm saying that, like, they're deliberately ugly. They're supposed to be ugly. They're zombies. But look at the detailing. Like, I never really took the time to look at the model. But this is pretty well done. You can see the ribs kind of in the back, and tells you how a Mulman's. Oh no, maybe that's not. Oh, it's probably just underneath, but still, the texturing. They did a good job. Good job, Mindark. Oh, no, no lag, no lag. Lag is not allowed. I know the servers are probably overstacked, but still. Ugh. Yeah. Bring in those beautiful M tokens. M tokens get me imps. You need placement tokens to get a lot of the really good stuff. Like, the one I really want. If I were to ever get a hold of a placement token, I'd pick up the Mayhem LB50. Because that would be awesome. Not that I can use it yet, but it'll happen. You know, I've got this other unlimited sword. It's for lower level hunting, but it's designed for being level 100. So that's like, when you're level 100, you can use this sword. And it'll be perfectly efficient for more of your lower level hunting. And I do look forward to that day. I'm not there yet. That being said, where are we on the skills journey? We're at 93.2, and the important one is... Oh, wow. Closing the gap to 140. Looking forward to that one. Yes, I know. I'm strange. 2407. I look forward to getting the health. The hit points. I want to be tanky. Get those evade points too. Come on. There we go. I'm getting all kinds of skills. Like agility. That's actually, yeah, it's gone up a tiny bit, but agility helps. What does agility, I mean, I know what agility is, but what does it, like, do in game? What is the technical term for it? Oh, it's one of your basic skills. Holy crap. But they don't, they put agility up here, but they don't put, like, health. Those bastards. I'm probably just not paying enough attention. Got some more of these amplifier components. I would love to know what they go into. Like, I wish there was a list of blueprints and ingredients so you could see what you have to look for everything before you have to go searching for the damn blueprint. And I know that, I'm sure the Entropia wiki probably has it, assuming it's still accurate. Okay. We are a half hour in. Calrom usually spawns at the 50-minute mark for me. I know, I told you guys in advance. Mayhems, there are longer videos. You're going to have periods of silence. I apologize for that. Unfortunately, when... Like, I can block out half-hour time periods where I will not be bothered. And say, okay, I'm locking the door for a half hour, and I turn off my Facebook, and I turn off everything else, and I don't have to deal with the outside world. Unfortunately, 30 minutes is usually about the maximum I can do without something having to be handled. And sometimes it's really minor, and sometimes I can ignore it. And other times it's like an immediate need, or it wouldn't be relevant anymore if I didn't respond right away. Even if it's not super important or critical, if I don't respond right away, there's no point in responding. So there's that. Melee damage assessment. I still don't know what this skill does. I mean, okay, let's be real here. We're gonna go into combat. And we're gonna look at melee damage assessment. This is the ability to assess how much damage you can deal with a particular melee weapon. Okay. How does that affect my combat skills? I mean, I do this shit for real, and I don't know of any particular skill I have to hone to figure out how much damage I'm doing. It's usually pretty obvious. Although I guess, okay, to be fair, we're dealing with xenobiology. And yes, I'm going to deliberately overanalyze this. We're dealing with xenobiology and xenology. Right, which is, if you've ever read the book Ender's Game or Speaker for the Dead, a xenologist is a xenoanthropologist. And I'm going to do homage to, I think it is Orson, who the hell wrote that? Orson Scott Card. I'm going to pay homage to the fact that he coined the term xenologist. I think that's a fantastic term for a xenoanthropologist. But from a xenobiological and a xenological perspective, you can't know for sure what kind of damage you're doing to a creature that does not have an anatomy like ours. Like, okay, if you do damage to a mammal, you're pretty much going to know what kind of damage you're doing because but the animals that we have here on Earth would not necessarily be built the same as the animals on a planet like Calypso. We don't know the circumstances of Calypso's evolution. I mean, okay, taking the Star Trek term, it's an M-class planet out in the middle of God knows where. It has Pheaphoids and Maphoids, which obviously have their own fairly complex societies. And they are hostile toward humans, which is understandable because we kind of stepped into their planet and said, okay, this is ours now. Although largely we stayed away from their settlements until they started encroaching on ours. But still, if you want to get down there, okay, fine, that's fair. But we don't know if their anatomy is the same as ours. I mean, they're humanoid, roughly speaking, but actually they look kind of like Ogrins from 40K. But boy, I'm pulling a lot of other sci-fi references tonight. But we can't tell if they're gonna have a similar anatomy. So having the ability to assess what kind of damage you're doing to an enemy, that's fair. That's fair. I think I was just overanalyzing a little bit there, but that's okay. And a box. Although now I'm curious as to whether the zombies are from... Are they Thiefoids? Are they Maphoids? They look like Maphoids. Which I know there's a lot of similarity, and I'm pretty sure they're technically the same model with some really creative texturing. Because, I mean, you can see where the model itself doesn't necessarily cover the outline of the wireframe, because I'm pretty sure this is the collision edges. You can see on the back. I think that's all the collision. Which tells me that the Thiefoid, the Maphoid, and the zombies probably all have the same underlying collision skeletal structure. And they probably reskin, which is a pretty standard thing to do in most video games. Is you'll the most famous group for doing that was Blizzard with Diablo, where you had, you know, they would different colorations were different levels of a particular mob type, and they just like, okay, well, these are the different levels for this species of mob, and yes, the species might be a skeleton, but work with us here because we're kind of working on it's magic. We are over the half-hour mark. Although I think I mentioned we were at the half-hour mark 5 minutes ago. My brain is starting to not brain anymore. You work all day in the, you know, literally freezing temperatures. I don't think that the temperature got above 32 degrees Fahrenheit all day. Yeah, it's 30 degrees now. Still don't have my winter blood in me. It's too early in the season. $407. Oh, we're almost back up to 100 ped. We're not even down below 900 in ammo. Not complaining. You know, I see these things reach tiers, and I'm so tempted to, like, buy enhancers. That sounds really weird, but weapon enhancers. But I don't think it's going to be that. I don't think that the price I would pay for them would be worth the increase in efficiency. I don't. And that's just me being honest. Evade, evade, evade. Ooh, nice crit. I'm sure that 30% build didn't hurt. So, I gotta share this with you. One of my friends, I have various group chats that I participate in I mean, I'll use Facebook Messenger because that's the easiest place to do group chat. And one of them's with my guild, and one of my friends, this is the guy I went to high school with, posted a picture, and it looked like eggs and steak fries, right? And I'm like, that yolk is really big. I'm thinking, I wonder if that's like not a chicken egg, but is it a it was too small for an ostrich egg and too small for an emu egg, but the yolk to white size ratio was accurate for that type of an egg. So I'm like, I wonder what kind of exotic bird this is. You know, the egg is rather large. I mean, it's possible it could be an emu, but emu eggs are still pretty sizable. Nope. It was a peach that was stuck in the middle of a... I don't want to use the term puddle, but it's the only word I can think of yogurt with apple slices. And I'm thinking, okay, all three of those are really yummy, but not when I'm looking for eggs. When I want eggs and fries, well, I don't eat eggs and fries. Well, okay, that's not entirely true. The fries you eat with eggs are home fries. These look like steak fries. Which, okay, fine, fair enough. I love steak fries, but usually I want steak fries with, I don't know, steak. And a chicken fried steak at that. I say that, I've never had, I don't think I've ever had chicken fries. No, I have had chicken fried steak, but it was only the frozen TV dinner version. And I know that doesn't do it justice. But okay, it's, you kind of expect a certain meal experience with certain types of foods. Steak, fries, and eggs just don't do it for me. Kind of like chicken and waffles. Which I have had. I still don't get it, but I have had it. When it comes to food, a little more traditional. Although part of that's because I've got several family members who are culinarians. Come on. I want Cal Rom to spawn. Come on, Cal. Nine pad. Not bad. $31.92. Yeah, we didn't do so well on points this time around. You know, the funny thing is I've been so busy today, I haven't even checked my stats for YouTube. Still at 204 subs. I got all the way up to 206 and 2 people unsubscribed. It happens. Yeah, the views have been doing pretty good. Nothing to complain about. We're about to break into hour number 12. I was hoping I'd be able to catch up enough to where I wouldn't go all the way into hour number 12, but it looks like that's going to happen here in about 1 minute and 30 seconds. The only way to stop that is if Cal Rom were to spawn like right now, and even then I can't guarantee I can down him in 60 seconds. And I know part of the reason that I'm so far behind is because I did a... When I used that 35, I should never have used the 35. I am still so underskilled for it. It ended up drastically affecting my kill count. And I burned so much of that particular weapon. And I know it's, I mean, my skills are getting better, but we're not there. We need to be here before we really use that sword. I ended up going like an hour, almost an hour and 15. And Calrom never spawned. That was a waste. I learned a powerful lesson. And I still got the skills. And you do have that skill boost. But this is not the place to be using something like that. Right? Time and a place for everything. If I wanted to go out to where the war chief is, the big old Maphoid village. War Chief Sanctuary, I think it's called. Dusk, is it Dustkeep? Yeah, Dustkeep Valley. If I wanted to go to Dustkeep Valley and use it on the Maphoids there to up those skills, that's one thing. That makes a certain amount of sense. But using it in here where you're actually trying to compete for something, even though I know I'm not really that competitive, but being able to use the competition to compare myself to how other players are doing. And that's useful. Like, one of the things I learned on this event is that the gap between myself and Lore Spade is still pretty big. You know, he's level 45, I'm level 39. I have at least one more Mayhem in Category 3, if not two. Come on, Cal. Calrom the cannibal. I want... You know what? Forget everything else. I want that damn cloak. The lifesteal cloak. God. I'm pretty sure that's guaranteed to be a Hoff if you get it. Although it occurs to me, I don't know that you can wear it. Can you wear the vampire cloak over your armor? I don't know. I do know that they sell for stupid high prices on the auction house. Like, I think they go for like thousands of dollars. It's insane. Burning them down. There we go. Damn statue always getting in the way. Come on. We want our boss mob. There we go. Here he comes, ladies and gents. Dude, you okay? Burn him down. 84. That's what I like to see. Evade. Come on, he's down below half. Gotta keep an eye on my health. It'd be really embarrassing if I died. That's why I like using the lifesteal amps. Can we do it without healing? Oh, he's down below 10%. Evade. Come on. Yeah, baby. Oh. 5 strong boxes. Okay. So we are now below 4 hours remaining. Whew. Yeah, because that would have been 3,400, call it, I think. So if we check the, let's see where I'm placed right now. Like if I were to stop score right now, where would I place? At 3,400 points. I'm either just below or just above Skull and Bones at 44. So I'm either 44th or 45th at this point in time. And so with call it 4 hours left, I'll get Calrom about 4 more times. That's another 1,000 points. So I'm probably looking around this area when all is said and done if I don't get some bigger score. But we'll see what happens. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe down below. We are on the road to 13 million subscribers, one subscription at a time. So make sure you subscribe. Guys, thank you so much for all the support. We will see you next time. Have a wonderful night.